Weapon X has been killing it for me in Battlegrounds lately, especially against all these Nick Furies with Sharpened claws. He's actually become my go-to counter for this fight, and it's funny because he doesn't actually counter anything that Nick Fury does. He's not bleed immune, he doesn't have any power control or buff control or heal block. The only thing he has going for him is the simple fact that he's a mutant champ, so the tactical charges aren't as difficult to manage. And he does have damage, so he can take out the first life fairly quickly. So I try to avoid parrying as much as I can so I don't take that bleed damage, but it's really not that bad if they are not running deep wounds. And Weapon X does have some pretty strong regen, so you can recover some of that health loss by simply getting hit. So I do parry the special one since he wasn't running deep wounds, otherwise I would have actually just eaten it. So now I can punish, drop that striker, throw a heavy attack and then a special one. The heavy didn't really help since I already had 10 charges, but now I'm berserk and I can just wail on him. Then I had a missed input, ended up taking a few hits, but fortunately not a light ending combo. So I just recover all the damage taken, and now he's in the second life. I'm still unblockable, so I can use that to my advantage to easily push him to a special 2. I accidentally parry, so unfortunately I'm not going to finish this fight with full health, but still a pretty solid performance, 59 seconds and 97% health remaining. And at first I thought I probably got a bit lucky here, because I didn't play perfectly, I made 1 or 2 mistakes. But then a few matches later, I got to try out the exact same matchup and the results were pretty similar. Although this time I played even worse, and I think the fight time and health loss reflects that. But still, it was a pretty decent score and a lot more than I needed to win the match. And what was funny about this matchup is I drafted Weapon X pretty early because I know I'm not going to place him because he had some pretty stacked robots which he drafted later on. So I ended up placing my Nimrod then using Weapon X on attack. Which is funny because I ranked them for the opposite reasons, but that's the beauty of Battlegrounds and being a dual threat. I've been using Weapon X a lot more on attack lately. Although it's also partly due to all these really strong tech champs that just shut him down, and the class in general as a whole is just really strong against mutants. So it's also the least represented class in my deck. I usually just run a handful like Bishop, Archangel, Wolverine, and actually those are pretty much all the staples. I don't even run a Park or Kitty unless it's like a special 2 nuke meta like Arms Race. So I usually only have 3 or 4 depending on the meta. I might add Colossus or Havoc, Namor, Omega, etc. Maybe if my Domino was rank 4, she would be a staple, but I just hate how bipolar she is, like just too reliant on RNG for attack. Unlike Weapon X, who is a lot more consistent. I mean, there's not much randomness in his game plan. He's just a straight up brawler with some nice stacking bleeds and a very potent healing factor, which allows you to make so many mistakes and still recover all the hit damage taken while berserk. And getting hit also gives you that passive fury, which is no joke. At rank 5, you're getting an extra 6,178 attack. So you basically get rewarded for playing badly, which is counterintuitive, but it just works because it's Weapon X, and then you add the unblockable and unstoppable, and it just makes him so much fun to play. I should also mention that the Wolverine relic is not to be slept on, particularly for Weapon X. It's actually a lot better than I thought it was initially, because it was my first relic and I wasn't really into it at the time. But all that extra healing adds up and makes them even more sustainable for these fights where you are taking damaging debuffs. And you also get some extra bleed potency, which is not bad at the 5-star level if it's duped. But still, it's nothing major. The most important thing is just having a striker so you can extend your combos, make it easier to bait special 2, and safely drop your heavy attacks. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. I hope you found it interesting, and as always, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.